So guys, I'm going to be reading you The Frog Prince, and this one is retold by Daniel Jacobs. My name is Cora, and I'd like to tell you about the day that changed my life forever. One afternoon, I was rowing through muddy water, which is not my favorite job. Why was I here in these muddy waters? My little sister Lizette wanted a ride. That's why. My job was to keep Lizette out of trouble. Wherever she went, I went. While I paddled, Lizette played with her golden ball. Watch, Cora. I'll catch it with one hand, she called. Careful, Lizette, I said, steering the shaky boat. Suddenly, Lizette screamed like her hair was on fire. I looked to see what she was screaming about. Hurry, Cora, my ball is sinking into the water, Lizette sobbed. Just then, a frog leaped into Lizette's lap, holding Lizette's golden ball. You may have this ball back if you take me home with you, the frog said. Lizette tried to grab the ball away from the frog, but he hopped out of reach. Let me eat from your plate and rest on your pillow, and if you promise to kiss me goodnight, the frog said. Okay, I promise, Lizette agreed. When we safely returned to shore, Lizette ran from the frog and into our house. The poor little frog hopped after her. Wait for me, Lizette, he called. Remember your promise. But before the frog could reach our house, Lizette slammed the door. I caught up with the frog and said, I don't know why Lizette is so mean, but don't worry, frog. I'll make sure you get dinner. I carefully put him in my pocket and went inside the house. As soon as dinner was served, the frog jumped out of my pocket and onto the table. Blast! He landed right in the middle of Lizette's plate. Papa looked upset. Cora, he yelled, get rid of that creature. Before I could grab the frog, he hopped onto Papa's shoulder and whispered into his ear. Did you make promises to this frog? Papa asked Lizette. Yes, Papa, Lizette whispered. Then you must keep your promises, Papa told her. So Lizette let the frog eat from her plate, but only after she covered her corn in hot sauce. Lizette even let him rest on her pillow, but only after she filled it with rock. Still, the frog seemed happy and never said a word. But I knew Lizette would never kiss the frog. When he hopped up to her bed and asked for his kiss, Lizette rudely pushed him back to the floor. I didn't think that was very nice, so I picked up the frog and gently kissed his head. Then a surprising thing happened. He had changed my life forever. Suddenly, the frog changed into a handsome prince. You freed me, Cora, he shouted. A mean witch cast a spell on me that turned me into a frog. I had to stay a frog until a human girl kissed me. Thank you for breaking the spell. It turned out that Prince Eric was kind and handsome as well. He asked me to walk him home. His parents were so thankful that they invited me back to dinner the next day. Kissing that frog changed my life forever, and I've never kissed another frog again. In the end, the prince and I were married and lived happily ever after. The end.